Hey there, YouTube family. This is Josh Nichols with Stocks with Josh, and today we're going to be looking at SHIB and Doge to see, are these a buy right now and where are they headed? And I've got Larry, Mr. Jones,
What's up, good people? How you doing?
Yeah, and hey, please, before we begin, hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell. And remember that do not fall for spammers in the spam section. We'll never contact you for money. So, Larry, we got some big news today. We saw that SHIB is going to be listed on Robinhood.
Yes.
Just your thoughts.
Yeah, a few more. I think Solano too.
Yeah.
There was a couple of more. I think there'll be a run up, and then a cool off. So we just got to be careful. But eventually, it's going to probably run back up again. So is SHIB worth any more now that it's added to Robinhood? Nope. Is it giving it more use case because they're added to Robinhood? Nope. It's just retailer sentiment. It's just chasing the herd, really. Yeah. And the question is, will the herd continue to buy, which will essentially cause the price to go up? Or will there will be more sellers than buyers? So that's the question that I have with SHIB. Doge, I don't know.
Well, we're going to look at some top news stories behind Doge and SHIB, what's going on with both of them. And I'm actually going to look at the charts. We're going to talk about the entry points and the potential exit points and the whole space of meme coins altogether. So, hey, let's jump into this. So let's just start off and take a step back and just discuss that we're seeing some really big news for both Doge and SHIB, right? And this is an indicator that, of which dog is going to come out on top. And there is a strong battle. We've had Doge making some headways in the news here in the last week, and then bam, it's followed up by SHIB saying, hey, don't forget about me, I'm getting my listing on Robinhood. And so we see that there is a battle between these two for a number one spot. And really, what this really is about is the meme coin section. It's kind of like a popularity contest.
It is.
Okay. And it doesn't trade in line with Bitcoin the way that maybe Ethereum does, but it's a space all to its own, right? Mm-hmm. And the question is, people say there's no utility to these, mm-hmm. right? If these become popular, right? We've already seen Robinhood listing SHIB, right? A coin with essentially no utility, right?
Yep.
We see Elon taking a major position in Twitter, right? Mm-hmm. And first thing he did was to throw out the idea that Dogecoin could play a part in that.
And that's the only reason why Dogecoin is up right now.
Correct.
There's no more utility. And that's a short-term positive, but I believe it's a long-term negative because like now he was going to be on the board. Now he's not. And so you got to look at the fluctuation of what one guy could do to control a whole crypto. Yeah. And that's what I don't like about Doge.
And I think that what I'd like us to take a step back and look at mm-hmm. is sort of the idea of what these large companies could do with a coin like SHIB or Doge, right? Yes. I mean, we have Facebook had once attempted, I think Libra was there potentially going to be a native token, and then that just crashed. Yeah. And now they're back in the news talking about bringing on a new social media token, right? Yes. And if there's a huge benefit to using the popularity of an established coin that's currently connected and approved by exchanges like Coinbase and Robinhood, right? They've had some time to get out there, right? Now, there might be a benefit for Facebook to develop their own, but what happened when they tried to do that? They ran into some regulatory problems,
which they will again.
Yes. Right? Because Facebook has a massive audience.
Yes.
And if they created a currency on their total platform, it actually would be one of the world's largest currencies because Facebook has so many global users.
But it's Facebook. It's not Coinbase. It's not Robinhood. They are not set up for the regulatory demands. They're not a financial institution like these are. These are digital financial institutions. So that's why Facebook, I believe, is just going to fail trying to get their own currency. I think they're going to have to adopt a SHIB or a DOGE. They're going to have to adopt it where you could buy and trade with
So
one
what
of those.
I think you're saying,
Yes.
and what I also am agreeing with, is that because of the potential of regulatory compliance,
Yes.
these large influential billionaires and
Right.
investment groups are seeing the benefit
Yes.
of just jumping on board
Yep.
one of these large established meme coins.
And either one or two of them could actually work. Doge could work if Elon has to be in it, the Doge father, if he says, hey, Twitter, we're going to start using this for payment, right? And there's been a lot of talk about a lot of different things, good people, but so far they're talk. So now, there could be some implementation. What is that word?
Implementation.
Yes, that's what I was trying to say. But I'm from the west side of Chicago. But anyway, and it could take off. So I'm not anti. Those of you that follow me, I just like SHIB better. That's all. So you do your own research. But I just think that that's the only way that these platforms are going to be able to use digital currency and not creating their own.
They're going to run into too much problems. A lot of them are already under the eye of regulation.
Absolutely.
So just simply marrying their product with one of these meme coins that everyone's been touting as essentially worthless, and you know what they call them. They don't just call them meme coins. That's the polite way of saying it.
They call them SHIBA coins.
Well, so let's, a lot of people were looking at the news that Elon had, they're saying, well, did he hype this up? Is this another Elon pump? Right. But let's stop and take a look at it. So he did buy this big chunk of Twitter, right? And then they offered him a seat on the board, but he chose not to take it. What people don't know is that if he had taken that seat on the board, it would have capped out his ownership position at 14.5%.
Right.
Which they offered it to him.
This was all a planned deal because you got to look at how he filed. There's two documents that it's too much to get into. He's smarter than you think. This was all planned by Elon.
Folks, he's already told us in his tweet when the market was down, he said, I'm not selling my Bitcoin, I'm not selling my Ethereum, and I'm not selling my Doge. So I'm going to propose to you that there is still a dog war at hand.
Absolutely.
And within the same time frame that Elon said, don't forget about Doge.
Yes.
All of a sudden, Robinhood comes out with, hey man, keep SHIB in mind. We want to make some money on that SHIB to our retail audience.
Yeah, and I've been saying, just like a lot of other YouTubers, that Robinhood is going to list SHIB. I've been saying that. People were like, oh no, they're never going to list it. They have to.
There they go.
That's where they make all of their money. As a matter of fact, the reason why Robinhood is so beat down is because they weren't able to make the money off of the crypto transactions. That's how Robinhood is making their money. They weren't making it off of regular equities. They weren't making it off of regular stock. It's crypto transactions. So my question to you is, what do you think this news about Robinhood listing SHIB now is going to do? Because I have what I believe.
Well, I can tell you, I'm going to, at the end of this video, I'm going to jump into the charts.
Okay, and we'll make this short so you can get right into it.
I'm going to give people what I consider sort of a safe zone perspective. Okay. Right?
Yes.
I'm going to show them what the bottom could look like.
Yep.
And I'm going to show them where they should consider taking profits. Okay. Right? So, yeah, man, let's go ahead and jump into that real quick.
Before you do it, so mine is not unbiased.
Yes.
Or biased, so it could be unbiased. I believe that because of the market we're in, if this had happened Q2 of last year or Q3 of last year, we would see a massive run in SHIB right now. But because of where we are in the market, I believe there's already today, it went up. It was up by like 22%. I think you're going to see a heel and then a back and a cool off. I believe that where we are in the overall market has cooled it off. but I want to see I want to see if the charts prove me wrong.
All right. Before we get into the charts, I'm going to take a step back and kind of give my fundamental view.
Okay.
Right. So what I want everyone to consider is that crypto is more predictable than a lot of people realize. I'm going to be talking about this in another overview of crypto that I'm going to be launching this week to kind of give you a bigger picture of the crypto space. But what I want you to understand is that this is chartable and it's predictable, right? We see the run up in Bitcoin, and then we see that money flow over into the altcoins, right?
I'm gonna pull you back.
Oh yeah, okay, good. There you go. Yeah, so we see that flow over into the altcoins, but we've seen other things come into the crypto space, and these are really it's really predictable how they've run. So we see Bitcoin, it flows into Ethereum, and then after that you see the altcoins run. We also see the NFT space has its own particular cycle, and then you have gaming like Atlas and Axie Infinity. It's got its run and pump. And a new member of that we sort of discovered in this season that we've been in has been the meme coins. They've had their own moment in time in the waves of crypto. We'll call it sort of like in the stock market, we refer to that as rolling over rotation, right?
Right.
But there's rotation in the crypto space. Okay. And I'm going to suggest in this video that these big news stories that we're getting are queuing up that meme coin run.
Yeah. And they're back again.
They're back again.
Crypto meme coins. Right.
But it's ultimately going to hinge on where the overall market goes to see whether or not we're going to get a second run up on Doge and SHIB and other meme coins. So,
okay. You want to go to the chart so we don't make this one long, and we'll just go right. We'll end it out there.
Yep, we're going to jump over to that. Okay, so we're going to take a brief look at SHIB, right? And we had a very clearly defined bottom on SHIB at quad 17. And we also have a pretty clearly defined top on it at quad 35. And I'm referring to a local low and a local high. And so this is the space that we're going to be running in. Just to take a step back, I'm looking at the Gaussian channel. And remember that charts are simply pictures that help you take a quick look at where something is going. And right now we've been in a long red downward channel on SHIB, right? And today we saw this massive move up. And as it attempted to get out of the existing channel, as soon as it got to the top of that channel right there, it sold off. It sold back down into the channel, right? But I'm not looking. I mean, this type of stocks and crypto are all about contraction and expansion. And so, for a chart trader, this long period of contraction is exactly what I want to look at. It typically precedes, just like back here, we had a long area of contraction, and it preceded this expansion, right? And we came out of that back into a long area of contraction, and we very well may be on the turning point of a new area of expansion. But here's how we're going to play it, folks. We are going to have a plan whether this goes down or up. And that's why I pointed out to you these areas here of the quad 17 and the quad 35. What if SHIB is dead for this particular bull run on Bitcoin, we're going to eventually, with this contraction, we're going to eventually break down, and it will break below that 17. It'll come back up and back test it. And if it fails, then you need to know that we're going much lower after that. But similarly, if we break up, we're probably going to bounce initially off that 3.5, come back and back test these twos, the 2.7, 2.9. And if we break above it, we're probably going to come back and back test that 3.5. But if we go up from there, then really at that point, the next area would be this back where we made this previous high back at the 5.4. So just to recap, okay, a stop loss consideration would be below this 0.17. Okay, if we break down below that moving forward, then we could easily return to much further.
Right. So now a stop loss at 1.7, but a buy-in where?
Okay, so a stop loss at 1.7 and I would say honestly, I've had taken my position in SHIB. I've bought it mostly around quad 2.2. I don't believe you're too late if you haven't bought any to take a position now.
Right.
And this is the area that we're looking. We're looking at hitting this quad 3.5, which is there's plenty of room right now to that area. But again, there's often the opportunity for a fake out. If we came back down and tested this 1.7 and didn't break it, then I probably would buy some more. The only time that I would sell my bag is if we came down below 1.7, retested, didn't come back in, and made a new low below 1.7, I'd be out of everything.
Yep.
Okay.
Now the only difference I have in mine is I have it at quad 2.4. Usually I'm lower than you.
Okay.
Right? So I have a buy at 2.4 as of right now. Quad 2.4. Quad 2.450-ish.
Yeah.
Okay. But if it breaks beneath quad 2.3, then that's when I line up with you.
Okay.
So mine is a little different. So I take fundamentals and I take the charts and I just kind of put them together. And then I've been doing well that way.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Well, I'm doing the same thing.
Yeah, there you go.
That's why I talk with you when I'm putting new money in.
There you go. There you go. All right.
Well, the only thing I want to cover now is Doge. So
Okay.
the Doge fans, the last time I spoke about Doge, I was a little bit bearish on Doge, and I told everybody that I sold my Doge and rolled it into SHIB, which I did do. Okay. But I'm a repent of that because Elon's bold move to buy Twitter.
The Doge gods gave you a spanking.
Yeah. It just really caused me to think, okay, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Doge is Elon,
right?
And buying, a position in Twitter the way he did.
Yeah.
And his influence and long-term interest in Doge.
Yes.
I'm like, okay, I need to get back into some Doge.
He's proven it's a thin line between brilliance and crazy.
Yeah.
He's proven that point over and over again.
That is so true. So let's look at the technicals on Doge real quick, okay? So here we go. Now, Doge is, I also have the Gaussian channel up on Doge. And we've been in, I just want to point out that it's been a little bit more choppy, right? SHIB has actually had a little bit more clean run up and run down. I think Doge very clearly attempted to make a rally at least twice. But of course, the overall market's been driving it down.
Yes.
And it's come back. And I'm going to tell you that its defined price range, it's actually sitting on the low of its defined price range. So it's possible that more people like me had given up on Doge and had rolled their money into SHIB. Yeah. And that's why it's so far down in its price range. I'm defining its price range between 35 cents and 11 cents. Okay. So I actually consider that a little bit of a broader price range, whereas I think that Doge, it needs to continue. We see the beginning of a green band. I don't know if people can see that on their phone, but similar to this other green band, we see that this red band in the Gaussian channel has converted to green, and which typically would signal some period of time of upward movement. You're going to face some resistance at 20 cents, but if we broke through that quickly, I'm actually calling the range on Doge a little bit higher, up to 35 cents.
Wow. So there you have it, good people.
Well, I have one more caveat for people, right? And this might be controversial. Larry might actually say we had to edit this out and leave. Right? I'm going to go back into my chart here real quick, and I'm just going to point something out, right? We talk about market cap. Actually, this I didn't intend to come back to, but we're going to talk a little bit about market cap. You got currently this was not live for today, but we're at 19 billion in Doge and 13 billion in SHIB.
Yes.
Right. So these guys have somewhat come to a place of averaging out.
Yep.
Doge is still the top dog.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm going to tell you that I personally think that they're going to have
the growth of SHIB compared to Doge is insane.
Yes.
But go ahead.
I think that we're going to run into a lot of pressure at a 30 billion market cap. So that's about 10 billion up for Doge and about 17 billion up for SHIB. And I can tell you that when we get there, I'm going to come back and tell the good people, hey, we're at a tough market cap for these to continue to press upwards.
Gotcha.
All right, but that's actually not the part that I'm going to throw this out there, and this, my friend, is, let's get out of this view. There we go. Okay, so who are these guys? Who are these characters, right? So, you know, Larry and I have ventured, obviously, into considering trading SHIB and Doge. Larry's like, yes. Josh, these characters, I got to exit from the screen. I can't be associated with them. Oh, well, you know, I'm telling you that even though I'm not telling you to run out and throw your money into these particular coins, right. I am telling you that when Doge or SHIB get their pop, these three have actually popped 2 to 3, 4 times more than Doge or SHIB. Yeah. Right? Yeah. And these are highly speculative.
Yeah. Highly risky. Yeah. The problem is a lot of people buy them at the top and they tank. Yeah. Most do. Yeah. Not a lot. Most of the people that get into these coins buy them at the top and then they tank. So that's why I just don't touch them.
Yeah. Now, the reason why I'm throwing them out is because like Doge and like SHIB, all of this is beat down. Yeah. None of these are at the top. So here's more of a warning. If your friends or if you see on TikTok, Saitama Inu and everyone saying it's time to buy, and you know that Doge and SHIB have already run.
You are already late to the party.
You're late. Now, today... and we could time stamp this in the future. Yep. If you were to take a small position of $20 in each of these, you know, no more than 100, right? And Doge and SHIB run, and they pop 5 or 10x, then you sell it. But don't ask us in the comment section, right. What do we think of Saitama after SHIB or Doge have run? Yes. Because I'm going to give you the thumbs down, good people. Yeah. Yeah. But that's about it for us today. Hey, again, please hit that like, subscribe, and notification.
Talk about the video that you're going to do after this about the overall crypto market. Yeah, you're going to do. I think we discussed Thursday. You're going to post that one Thursday. Go ahead, talk about that.
Well, you know, I think that's really important. Yeah. It actually the whole thought of it spawned from a barbecue that Larry and I went to this last weekend. Yes. We were sitting down with some friends of Ron's, another good friend of ours. Yep. And, you know, we started talking crypto and finance like we do, you know. And
we were debating, good people. Go ahead.
Yeah, debating stuff.
Good debate.
Yeah, yes. And, you know, it got one of the things that one of the gentlemen said at that event about crypto got me really thinking about how I don't want to see the good family miss the opportunity that is ahead of us in the next 5 years. Right. And so I put the time to put that together for you and even talk about the opportunity. And I think that you guys will really like it, and it'll be important.
Okay. All right. Be on the lookout for that one on Thursday, and make sure you hit that like, subscribe. Most importantly, make sure that notification bell is checked, because if he gives you this information and you don't get the notification, you're going to miss out. Right.
Yep. We got great stuff. And hey, I'm here to encourage, to bring some education and inspire you to grow generational wealth. And today I had the opportunity of having Larry with us. Larry, you throw in your tail end remark.
All right. I'm going to throw the tail end remark, and we're going to leave it right there, good people. You guys already know. Live, love, laugh, and learn. Love you guys.
Thank you. Bye-bye.